Look, obviously he's had huge regular season games, but this is the finals. All right, this was a near must win, so it trumps all of that he's done in the regular season or maybe even earlier in the playoffs. So, yes, Nick, this was his best game. I do think, and Nick, you do the research, so I think you might agree with me. I do think it's Game 5 in the 2015 finals against Cleveland, 2-2 series. He scores 37, 17 in the fourth quarter, hits the three-pointer that puts the Warriors ahead for good with about 7.5 minutes left. So I think that game gets short shrift and people blow that off as, he didn't do much in that series when that was a great performance. But overall, as Jenna said, Nick, we have been saying for the last 2 weeks, we're waiting for that game. We're waiting for that moment where all the greats have had in the finals, right? And now this was Steph's moment. This was his flu game. This was his Isaiah Thomas scoring 25 points in the third quarter on a bad ankle because Wilds, he had a bad foot. I know you couldn't tell, but he had a bad foot. This was his Allen Iverson Game 1, 48 points against the Lakers in 2001. That's what this was.
That one I'll
agree with.
And
win or lose this series.
I'll agree with that one.
Win or lose this series, we will look back. Well, there's even some debate whether Jordan even had the flu. So you got to at least give him the flu game and the Iverson game. All right, but we will look back years from now, win or lose in this series. Now, obviously, if they lose, it's not quite as big, but still, we'll look back and say, man, that Steph Curry performance in Game 4 was phenomenal. So, yes, Jenna, his best game ever, Nick. One, because of the timing of his performances. I mean, 4 threes in the third quarter, and each of them a huge shot. They were trailing each time he hit the three, and it meant something. So the first shot he hits, or one of the first ones he hits, Jason Tatum's is hacking him, and he gets no call. After the shot, you see that? Look at that. No call. But that was a huge shot.
He was mad after that.
And then, and then the same thing happened with the Derek White. But here he is. There it is again. But we'll see a couple more plays that he made if we can get it on the tape after that. So this is a dribbling display that would make Kyrie Irving envious. And Steph doesn't get enough credit for his handle, but shakes up Robert Williams. The nice floater right there. So that's beautiful. And then with 1:42 left, of course, the three that ends all down. Look at the defense. Great defense from Derek White. Hand all in his face. Derek White is an excellent defender, and it doesn't matter. So, Nick, the timing of his shots and plays, and also, last thing, the degree of difficulty. No other Warriors players scored 20 points. 2 of his starters, Draymond and Otto Porter, scored 2 points each. And this is against the best defense in the league that made Kevin Durant look pedestrian. And Giannis shoot 45% from the floor. So, greatest
Giannis
performance
averaged 35
ever by
and 15.
Him. Yes.
And Jimmy Butler had 3 40-point games. But it was,
listen. Listen,
I get it. Listen, I agree with you. I said in real time, the moment demanded a masterpiece, and Steph delivered a masterpiece. That was the best game of Steph's career. And the reason I think it was better than Game 5 against the Cavs was because in 2015, you didn't want to call it a must-win because you didn't want to abandon the Warriors, but this was a must-win. They couldn't go down 3-1 in this spot, so that's why it was the best game of his career. And Wilds, listen, 40-point double-doubles in the finals, they matter. Like 40-point double-doubles in the finals. That's why the 3 times Giannis did it in last year's finals, we remember it. When Jimmy Butler and LeBron did it in the finals the year before, we remember. When LeBron did it 5 different times against Golden State, we remember. 40-point double-doubles in the finals are a big deal, and they only happen, in the last few finals once or twice per final. So it should get our attention. But it's already happening, Wilds. It's already happening.
What?
Brew said Isaiah Thomas's sprained ankle, and I saw this coming down the pike before Friday. Before Friday, I said the media is baking in if Steph doesn't play well, he's hurt. And if he plays great, he's great. And you guys watched that game Friday. Did he look hampered? No, of course he didn't look hampered, which is why he didn't come out of the game when he got hurt, and which is why he didn't have the MRI. And now, Wilds, we're already getting Steph Curry, even if they lose Finals MVP, which, by the way, I'm fine with. But I'm the only one that should be allowed to be fine with it. What do you mean, what? That's not a straw, man.
First of all,
it's literally the discussion of the weekend.
Where is this coming from?
Go ahead.
Really?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that.
I'm saying.
You know what? Go ahead and show it.
I'm sitting here saying he should not. If they lose, he should not
that's
be
where
the
it's coming
Finals
from.
MVP.
From Magic Johnson, from CBS Sports, from Bleacher Report, and from Nesson. They're just a small collection of where it's coming from. Because as always,
those are questions. Those are questions.
There's just a special set of rules. Should is not a question. Magic Johnson, Steph Curry should be 22 Finals MVP, whether Warriors win or lose. That's not a question.
Put it at the front of a sentence.
Okay, well, look again at the Magic Johnson quote. And so, Wilds, this is always the case with Steph. It's not good enough for us to be honest about what we're seeing in the performance. We got to add a little Salt Bae type of seasoning on it. We got to add a little bit extra. And I don't know why we have to. Listen, 40-point double-double. It was magical the 3 times Giannis did it 11 and a half months ago, and it was magical 2 days ago. It was a great performance, and that's what it was. It was the best performance we've ever seen from him.
Okay, see, Broussard,
Wow,
you set
I
us
know
off
you're
on the
hurt,
wrong
but
path.
don't belittle it.
No, I'm not hurt. Look, I appreciate greatness. And
You
my
didn't like
biggest
the
takeaway
sunglasses,
was
okay.
Well, the sunglasses was my thing. Okay, let's just we gotta look at the first things first
That's where
bylaws.
this is
People's
coming
thing.
from.
Next thing you know, if you're out with a Mac Jones baby goat petting it, I think I would have an issue with it. But you know what? That is my thing. Don't forget Kevin Wildes and Rob Parker on the Odd Couple 7 to 10. Broussard's out now. Okay, here's the thing about what Broussard just did that I found frustrating. It's like if you go to a great movie with your friend, okay? And you guys both loved the movie. And walking out, you're like, wow, what an amazing movie. Wasn't that great? It's like, yeah, that was amazing. And then your friend says, that was better than The Godfather. And then you are forced in the corner of like, all right, let's all now you have to be the guy that's like, it wasn't that great. So for you to say it was like the Isaiah Thomas limping around game or the flu game, which is an iconic, if Steph wanted to be that, then he had to be like, oh, my foot, my foot. He had to be like hopping on one foot. If there's no iconic injury-type moment, it can't be iconic. Go. And I don't know. I wanted to celebrate it, but Broussard put me in this corner.
Okay, no, but let me respond and throw it real quickly. Nick. But Wilds, what Brew is doing is and I'm so glad he did it, because it is a perfect, unscripted avatar for exactly what I'm talking about, which is there is this weird thing with this specific player where the commentary after the game, one would have thought of 40-10 never happens, as opposed to the fact we saw Giannis do it 3 times and Jimmy Butler do it the year before and LeBron do it the year before, and the commentary instantly going to, should he be Finals MVP in a loss? Which again, I want to restate, Brew, I would be fine with. But I'm the only person who thinks we should give Finals MVPs to the guy who's clearly and obviously the most outstanding player, even if they lose a close series. And so it's like a Steph Curry carve-out for how we talk about NBA superstars. Was this better than 3 different Durant performances in the finals? I don't know. But in the moment, Brew is comparing it to the greatest games in NBA history.
It's better than anything Kevin Durant did in the finals. Because when Kevin Durant did his magic in the finals, and he was great, Steph Curry was there, drawing attention from the defense. Klay Thompson was at his best, drawing attention from the defense. Who was doing that on Friday night? No one.
Klay Thompson was there.
And I wish I had more time. We'll get to it later in the show, because the Finals MVP,
we're going
he does, as great as he was, he does not deserve the Finals MVP.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.